So next up, where's Ashwin from Thistle? Ashwin from Thistle. You're welcome. All yours.
Great. My name is Ashwin Cheriyan, and I'm the CEO and one of the founders of Thistle. We simplify healthy living. So we're a vertically integrated food company that leverages technology to deliver healthy meals and juices to our customers in the Bay Area. We have no physical retail presence. We think of ourselves as a food company located in the cloud. So quick question for you guys. How many people have ever said, for the next week or for the next month, I'm going to do a really great job eating healthy? Quick show of hands. Great. Now, how many of those people, after making that statement, never ever followed through or fell off the wagon after a couple days? So, and I did too many times over. And the reason that we found most people did this was it was a question of convenience. So to eat really healthy, you have to actually put in the time to either make your food, find it, or get it from a source, which oftentimes took a lot more time than a more convenient option. So making a green juice smoothie in the morning took me about 15, 20 minutes, but if I'm strapped for time, I'm gonna go eat a sugary cereal. And the same kind of script ran in my brain like code over and over and over again. And when I actually sat down and calculated it, on days where I did a good job eating well, I spent more than 2 hours in everything that wasn't eating. And on days where I didn't, I spent about 20 minutes. So we looked at ourselves and said, we aspire to eat really healthy food. What are the barriers to people actually following through? Let's remove it. So we founded Thistle. So Thistle delivers healthy meals right to your door. So we make it incredibly convenient for you to set a health goal, and our flexible subscription programs allow you to get your meals delivered right to your door, whether that's your home or your office, and it does it over an extended period of time so that you can actually develop healthy habits over that period. So we do this in many ways. There's a la carte options where if you just want to do a healthy day of eating, we allow you to place an order and we'll deliver you a day's worth of meals. Our most popular plan is a weekly plan where customers come to us and said, you know what, for the next week, I want you to take care of my entire nutrition. Give me breakfast, give me lunch, give me dinner, and bring it right to me wherever I am. And that has worked really great. And the last kind of product that we have is a subscription model where people say, I'm going to do it once, and I'm going to subscribe over and over again. I never want to launch an app or try anything. It comes to you like magic. And the way we do this is we leverage technology. So being a restaurant in the cloud essentially requires you to build technology to scale from one commissary to delivering in an entire region. So we build the technology to optimize and streamline our back-end operations, to make sure that food is produced for a large number of people and delivered to the right people at the right time, which is great. But from a customer-facing standpoint, we want to leverage that technology to provide customers with a really great platform to not only order their product, but to track their nutrition as well. So for us, we think of that feature like a Fitbit, but for nutrition. So tracking health nutrition is incredibly hard because you have to enter it in manually. Because most of our customers are getting most, if not all of their meals through us, we know what they're eating, and therefore we're able to provide that nutritional data on a really clean dashboard for them to access. And what this does is it shortens the feedback loop to develop healthy habits. Once you know, oh, I did a really great job on day one, I'm going to continue to beat that goal for day 2, day 3, and then over the course of a week, you've now developed healthier habits. We're actually also going to integrate with Fitbit and other wearable data so you get a complete picture of all of your activity and nutritional needs so that you have a complete picture on how you're doing both for exercise and for nutrition. But most importantly, I wanted to talk to you about our products. We obsess about our products. If you're going to be delivering healthy food, it better taste good. And our customers completely agree. They tweet about us. They come back to us. Our reorder rate is fantastic. And time again, setting aside that the convenience service, people think our products are fantastic. We actually got a tweet from one of our customers recently, and I wanted to read it to you guys just because it was so awesome. She said, "Getting Thistle Co. food delivery is like having your mom pack your lunch if your mom is a 24-year-old vegan style blogger," which we thought was pretty great. And so for us, if you guys want us to be your mom packing your lunch for you, come to us. We promise it'll be delicious and healthy. Thanks.
Excellent. All right, you guys know the drill. Don't be shy. And don't wait for the 30 seconds to raise your hand up either. Daniel.
Hey, this sounds super awesome, but as a poverty-stricken startup founder, how much does it cost?
Yeah, great question. So our meals scale based on the length of your program. So the more meals you order, the cheaper it is. But a good baseline is our meals cost roughly $11 to $13 per meal, and you're getting all organic kind of meals fully delivered for an $11 to $13 price point, which we think is pretty great.
And they're all prepared. It's not like it comes in piecemeal where you have to make it on your own.
Exactly. So different than a Blue Apron or other meal kit type company, all of our meal comes fully prepared, and they're designed to be eaten cold. So while you can heat it up, it's actually really easy for you to grab something from your fridge, and it'll still taste great if you don't have the equipment to actually prepare or heat up your food.
So what's your plan to scale? Here in California, food is in abundance. It's relatively easy to source great food. But let's say you're in you name it, somebody. Des Moines. What? Well, they've got corn there. No. Seriously, if you're out in the boonies, how does it work?
Yeah, so we actually have two expansion strategies. One is we can build out a local kind of delivery service in different markets like we did here in the Bay Area. So we have about 10, 15 cities in mind where this type of expansion would work really great. We're actually also exploring a shipping model very similar to a Blue Apron type model, but with fully prepared food. So a lot of feedback that we got from people that tried meal kit companies was, this was great in theory, but I got to the end of the week and I was throwing away a bunch of the food because I just didn't have time to make it. Can you kind of solve that last step for me, and now I can have access to it? So that allows you to access the rest of the US where you don't have the necessary density to kind of build out your own food delivery distribution business in that area.
Hi, it's a convenience story, but is it also a skill story? I mean, that people don't know how to cook anymore? Is this part of the story?
I think when it comes to the health space, I think there's a blocker in people's mind that cooking healthy food that also tastes good is really hard. I think for us, we're lucky here in Northern California where we have access to great produce, so you don't have to do much to the food to have it taste great. But I think kind of like to your point, I think people are just becoming very time constrained. I don't think it's not that they don't know how to cook or they don't want to cook, they just don't have time. Because if I can get an extra 2 hours in a given day, I'm gonna go spend it with my friends probably, or if you have a family with your kids, rather than shopping and prepping your meal.
Hi. It looks like most of that stuff is vegetarian. Do you serve protein?
Yeah, so we actually just launched with animal protein options about 3 weeks ago. So we actually follow Michael Pollan's kind of philosophy when it comes to what you should eat. So we think you should have a primarily plant-based diet. You should have some animal proteins, but not too much. So we call it the Vegan on Training Wheels program, where all of your meals are vegan, but you can have 20% of your calories for dinner come from a lean protein like a chicken or a turkey.
And then do people pick their menu options, or is that all self-picked?
Yeah, it's a set menu for a given week. That's how we keep it operationally simple for us. But all of the meals share similar qualities when it comes to taste and health. So once you kind of try us and you say, oh, I really like that meal, there's a great chance you'll like the rest of our meals. And we change our meals on a weekly basis. So in the last 60 days, I think we repeated 1 or 2 meals, but everything else has been different.
Can you explain more about how it works with the fitness trackers and what information that delivers to your customers and also to you?
Yeah, so I think kind of step one is making sure that we have a really great clean dashboard for you to understand your nutritional intake. So because you're getting most, if not all of your meals through Thistle, you'll actually have a really good idea of what you ate from a macronutrient standpoint. And so combining that data with data that you get from a Fitbit, which you can pull in that data through their API, you can actually get a really nice picture of your full kind of nutritional your exercise and your nutritional intake. And what that does is we can do some interesting things. If we can see that your activity levels have risen in the last couple of weeks, we can recommend a higher calorie meal for you and say, hey, look, you're doing more activity. We recommend going on this plan. Or if something changes in your kind of activity, we can kind of use that data to make smarter recommendations for you from a meal standpoint. I think the broader goal is we want people that want to do things like paleo or other very specific types of diets come onto Thistle's platform, set their preferences, and have it delivered according to what they want to do.
All right, everybody. Thistle, Ashwin, thank you so much.